Hi, I'm Bybreen Samuels and welcome back to another episode of Soul Stirring Astrology, where I give you my textured take on the world of astrology. So here is the last in my Saturn series, Saturn going through the earth signs. So today I'm dealing with Saturn in Capricorn. It's a sign that it's dignified in, and it also co-rules Aquarius. But today I'm looking at Saturn in Capricorn, and so Saturn, when we're looking at the age of man, Saturn actually rules the seventh age of man, which literally is from age 68 through to physical death. So it's an opportunity where one is sort of reflecting on the material accomplishments in life and then getting ready to prepare for the next stage of life. So obviously if you're not 68, you're not living physically through the seventh stage of man, but actually it's a metaphorical way of you assessing where you are in your life's journey. Now with Saturn in Capricorn, it's naturally associated with the 10th house. So here you could actually be struggling to find your place in the world, because it actually deals with the 4th and the 10th house axis. And the struggle is real if, for example, you've lived your life and you've kind of imbibed the template, the social mores and responsibilities that have been passed down through your parents. Now, particularly the parent that was very obvious in your life. You know, if you're, for example, if you're in a two-parent family, the parent that guided you the most. So naturally or traditionally it's associated, it could be with the father or with the mother. You'll know who's the parent that guided you. Whichever gender, it doesn't really matter. The focus is on that you've imbibed a lot of the ways of being of this particular parent, which has meant that you have shielded or you have been underdeveloped in your own thinking about how do you rise through the ranks in order to be seen in the world. And so with Saturn in Capricorn, there's a strong pride of, you know, wanting to gain gravitas and kudos and to be respected in the world. And the way that you do that is a cardinal sign. That's Capricorn being a cardinal sign. So you're always wanting to take action to materialize this status in life. And that's because you've got this solid plan. You know, Saturn in Capricorn won't act unless it's got a solid plan, you know, literally from A to Z, how you're going to accomplish your goal. But this plan can actually act as a fortress. And the fortress is between your outer world and your inner world. With Saturn in Capricorn, you've got this fear of being controlled by the outside world. So that's why you have this plan of action. But what you're actually doing is you're not taking control of your inner world, the world that's really going to fortify you, because by harnessing what you're made of from the inside out, you're not going to be relying so heavily on this plan, because you're then creating the opportunity for your life to breathe. Saturn in Capricorn can show you, because it's normally associated with what's good and bad, you know, it's evil or it's righteous. And so therefore what happens is that you're living in a quite polarized way. You haven't found a way to start integrating yourself. And so Saturn in Capricorn is the opportunity for you to begin doing that type of work, because what your goal here is to live a life of freedom. And so you're wanting to banish this sense of duality. You know, am I doing the right thing? Am I doing the wrong thing? But what you're seeking to do is to take control of your inner world, which lessens your fear of how you will show up in the world. But this fear about, will you be controlled by the world? It's a sense of power, the fear of losing power. Saturn in Capricorn, you know, it really is about this cost and payoff and benefits. What are the costs? What are the payoff? What are the benefits in order for you to rise up in the ranks, in order for you to be seen? Because once you understand what the costs, the payoff and the benefits are, you then know the action, the course of action that one needs to take in order for you to be grounded and concretized, because you like this sense of being respected because you're organizational, or there's a sense of efficiency, or you've got a great sense of foresight. There's a great level of endurance. You can endure things. You're used to persisting at things. But that's because the focus is so much on being seen in the outside world. And you can have that, but the guide here with Saturn in Capricorn is, how do you come back home? How do you come back home so that you're able to achieve this sense of balance? You're able to achieve this sense of, it's a well-being because you've worked hard to achieve this well-being. Wherever Saturn is there to teach, is there to guide. Now you need to decide, are you going to have an arduous journey because you're refusing to break free of your carapace? Saturn in Capricorn is very much about being concretized to the point that it's stifling you in your inner world. You know, with somebody with Saturn in Capricorn, there may be this sense that your parents or your parent parented you in a very efficient type of way, but there may have been a lack of this emotional sensitivity or emotional depth, or knowing or being taught how to express yourself emotionally. For women with Saturn in Capricorn, you might struggle on some levels with showing your femininity. And so therefore you're leaning too much on being assertive to the point that you could be domineering and dismissive. For men with Saturn in Capricorn, the fear of this emotional expression means that you could be wearing the mask of masculinity, whereby you remain the strong, silent type. You know, Saturn in Capricorn is, what can you bear? You know, the burdens that you've had to carry, and you carry these burdens, but you sacrifice your emotional expression. Saturn in Capricorn wants to free you of inhibitions, wants to free you of restrictions in order for you to really undertake this emotional journey to personal evolution. But you have got to decide, what is it that you are prepared to do? You have to pay the price. What is it that you're prepared to give up? When are you going to remove the mask? Why do you feel at this particular point it's going to be healthy for you to remove the mask? Saturn is about your choices. Saturn is also about the decisions that you make. And you want to be making your life decisions based on the facts of knowing the more you constrain your inner world means the more that you're going to fear being controlled by the outside world. So that's it, beautiful people. Saturn in Capricorn is here to teach you, but the teaching could mean that you're flowing downstream because you're conscious and you're ready for the changes, or you're continuing to be the mountain goat that really struggles to climb to the top of the mountain because you're resisting the signs, the guides along your journey to your own individuation. So put your comments in the comment box below. You know I love to jam with you. Tell me how, if you've got Saturn in Capricorn, how is it showing up in your life? Do you refuse to give up the carapace? You know, you're struggling to break free. Or actually, you're learning your lessons of Saturn in Capricorn, and what a wonderful guide. You know, you are your own guru. You know, you have this sense of foresight and understanding because you've done the work. You no longer fear the outside world controlling you, whichever way. If you know somebody with Saturn in Capricorn, let them know. Share this video with them. You can also like and subscribe to my channel. So stay well until I see you on the next episode, which will be Saturn through the water signs, which will be the last in the series. So it'll be Saturn in Cancer will be the first one. So take care, and I'll see you again on the next episode. Bye.